Hey everyone, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. So, after my blog of the 2019 film adaptation of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats last episode, I want to take you guys over to Japan to talk about another cat-related movie. But first, let me ask you guys a question. Does anyone remember a film called Whisper of the Heart? Well, most of you folks who are fans of Hayao Miyazaki might know about it. And in my opinion, while it is a good coming-of-age film with a couple short fantasy scenes, it was sad that it was Yoshifumi Kondo's only film that he directed before he passed away in 1998. However, the only reason why I mentioned Whisper of the Heart is because that film and the movie I'll be talking about for this episode have one thing in common. They both feature a cat figurine known as the Baron. Released in Japan on July 20th, 2002, the movie is The Cat Returns. Now, let's get started. Haru is a high school student who one day, on her way home from school, rescues a cat who is about to get run over by a truck. To her surprise, Haru discovers that the cat is actually a prince named Loon. Out of gratitude, Loon's father, the Cat King, asks her to marry Loon. Later, after Haru asks for some help from the Baron's Cat Bureau, she's kidnapped and brought to the Cat Kingdom, where she starts to develop feline features. With the Baron and Muta's help, will Haru manage to escape the Cat Kingdom and return home before sunrise? So, what do I think of this movie? Well, ever since I rented this movie from Netflix in 2007, I really enjoyed it, and trust me, it was a lot of fun too. But let's move on to Mustang notes. The movie was directed by Yuki Morita, who started as an animator in 1999 for the film My Neighbors the Yamadas. And Hayao Miyazaki and Toshio Suzuki came on board as the film's producers. Plus, Miyazaki was in charge of the character concepts. Also, the film received an Excellence Prize at the 2002 Japanese Media Arts Festival. As for the animation, well, like most of the other Studio Ghibli films out there, the Japanese animation is absolutely flawless. Not only does the city where Haru lives look pretty good, but also the Cat Kingdom, which not only has a grand palace with creepy-looking surveillance eyes circling the palace, but there are also houses that are made of stone and straw for the common cats. Also, during the banquet scene, we get to see different types of cats from around the world. However, it is said that the Cat Kingdom can be very dangerous to those who don't believe themselves. By the way, the entrance to the Cat Kingdom is a group of 5 lakes which form a cat's paw. But the way to get back is at the very top of a tower beyond the king's maze at the back of the castle. To me, not only does this maze look pretty tricky, but there are also cat guards and cats with fake walls on their backs. But thankfully, they were no match for the Baron's cane and, of course, Haru's smart brain. As for the story, well, not only is this movie spun off from Whisper of the Heart, but it is kind of similar to Alice in Wonderland. Plus, the movie does have some fun moments which can sometimes make me laugh in delight. Anyway, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors it brought into life. And just to remind you guys, we're going to look into the English cast. Our main character, Haru, is voiced by Anne Hathaway. Best known from the Princess Diary films, the Rio films, Hoodwinked, and this October, she'll be in the newest film adaptation of Roald Dahl's The Witches. At first, Haru is somewhat ditzy and awkward and, of course, unsure of herself. But by the end of the movie, she becomes bold, mature, and confident. Plus, Haru has an honest and cooperative attitude. Also, I like that she likes to goof around with her best friend Hiromi. However, the scene where Haru saves Prince Loon with a lacrosse stick was very dangerous. Plus, I think Haru's cat form looks very pretty. Next we have Baron Humbert von Gickingen, voiced by Cary Elwes. Best known from another Ghibli movie, Porco Rosso. He also got to voice Gremlin Gus in Epic Mickey 2, and he was one of the charity gentlemen in A Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey. To me, Baron is the best character in the entire movie. Not only is he a dashing cat figurine, but he's also polite, helpful, brave, and tough. Like when he uses his cane in combat. And I think his bureau looks absolutely breathtaking. Next we come to Muta, aka Ronaldo Moon, voiced by the late Peter Boyle. Best known from Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks, Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, and of course the Santa Claus sequels. Muta is my second favorite character in the movie. Yeah, he can be grumpy and sensitive, but he can also be very sarcastic and protective when Baron asks him to look after Haru. Plus, sometimes Muta has some of the funniest lines ever. By the way, Muta has a very surprising backstory when he's revealed to be a notorious criminal who devoured a whole lake full of fish. Yeesh, now that's disgusting. Next up is Toto, voiced by Elliot Gould, who cameoed in the Muppet movie. This character is a stone crow with a soul. He's very friendly and nice to Haru, but he often fights with Muta. Also, Toto helps Baron catch up to Haru when she's kidnapped and taken to the Cat Kingdom. And Toto helps them when they get back home by rounding up a huge flock of crows. Next we come to the Cat King, voiced by the great Tim Curry. To me, this guy may seem like a nice character due to him acting like a hippie, like when he calls Haru babe, and he may seem grateful that Haru saved his son, but underneath it all, he's a very ruthless character who gives Haru unacceptable gifts like cattails, lacrosse sticks, catnip, as well as mice, and he plans to kidnap Haru and make her his daughter-in-law. And, of course, transforms her into a cat, by the way. Also, the king is very relentless when he tries to prevent Haru from escaping his kingdom, even by detonating the tower. Our next character is Prince Loon, voiced by Andrew Beavis. Unlike his father, Loon is shown to be a much more friendlier character, and he's very humble towards his subjects. Plus, I like the fact that Loon has his own band of cat guards. Another character to talk about is Yuki, voiced by Judy Greer. Best known from the 2013 Carrie film, Disney's Tomorrowland, the Ant-Man films, and the 2018 Halloween film, which will be getting a sequel this October. Before we see her in the Cat Kingdom, she instructs Haru to seek help from the Cat Bureau. To me, Yuki is a beautiful feline, and I think it's interesting that she and many other cats at the Cat Kingdom know about the Baron's Bureau. However, like Muta, Yuki has a very interesting backstory. You see, when Yuki was a dirty stray kitten, a young Haru fed her fish crackers, which, by the end of the film, Loon gave to Yuki while proposing to her. And now, let's move on to my final words. Overall, The Cat Returns, while not directed by Hayao Miyazaki, is still a fun Japanese anime film. And in my opinion, I think it's a lot better than Whisper of the Heart. The Japanese animation is flawless, the characters are decent, funny, and memorable. Plus, I think Haru and Baron make a cute couple together. And while the story may feel like a Japanese Alice in Wonderland movie, I think it's a fun film that everybody, young or old, should watch. I give this movie a 93% out of 100. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to join me for my next blog. Mustang Power.